This week, I put out a bunch of new fragrances to my collection, so stay tuned and find out what I chose to wear. Hey, what's going on? Hunter here and welcome back to my channel. And if you are new, what I do is I make fragrance related content. So if you love fragrances, hit that subscribe button down below and also make sure to follow my fragrance Instagram page. But that's right, yet again, another weekly fragrance rotation. You guys already know the drill. And if you don't, what I do in this series is I tell you what fragrance I chose to wear on each day, how many sprays, the kind of weather, and of course, if that fragrance got any compliments or not. So let's just get right into Sunday. Okay, so on Sunday, it was in the high 30s, cloudy day. I didn't really do much on that day either, and I decided to pull out a brand new private blend in my collection, and that is Tom Ford's Bitter Peach, from the higher end of the private blends at least. This stuff is so expensive, but if you love peach, this is one you might want to check out. You get this very boozy, peachy fragrance that might actually lean a little bit more on the feminine side. It's very, very fruity. So if you don't really like that kind of feminine, fruity, peachy fragrances, this won't be for you. But if you definitely do like that kind of sort of DNA and you're a guy, you could definitely pull this one off. On that day though, I did only do 3 sprays since I didn't really do much. But man, this stuff actually did project pretty nicely off of my skin with only 3 sprays. So yeah, I definitely love Bitter Peach. It might be my favorite peach fragrance. All right, so on Monday, I was actually at work for the majority of the day. It was in the low 40s, yet again, another cloudy day. And I actually pulled out a clone of Bulgari's Tiger, which I'm a huge fan of that scent profile, that DNA. And this is, of course, by Dua, Enter the Tiger. Now, this is probably one of the most popular Tiger clones, along with Black Panther by Alexandria Fragrances, of course. This one though is very, very spot on, but honestly, it's not that hard to clone Tiger because it's such a simple, linear fragrance with only 3 notes, which consists of grapefruit, woody notes, and of course, ambroxan. Enter the Tiger is exactly that. You get those 3 notes, and man, even though it's so simplistic, I absolutely love how this smells. Very juicy top grapefruit, a little bit of woodiness, but that ambroxan is the star of the show with this. Now, I did actually do 8 sprays of Enter the Tiger. This stuff isn't extracted off them. Very, very concentrated, very loud. Got no compliments at work, however. I was really enjoying this one. And honestly, having this, I probably won't be seeking out a bottle of Tiger anytime soon. And I also own a bunch of other fragrances similar to that DNA, like Vibrato from Sparrow. I also own L'Immensité by Louis Vuitton, which is probably my favorite within that genre. But yeah, Enter the Tiger. If you're on a budget, you don't want to spend over 300 bucks on Tiger, definitely check this out. All right, so on Tuesday, also at work for the majority of the day, it was in the mid 50s, cloudy again. It's been a cloudy, gloomy, cold week. And on that day, I actually did pull out another new fragrance in my collection, and the first time wearing it, actually getting a full wearing at least, and it's from the new house called Mind Games. One of the best new niche houses in the game. I gotta tell you that, man. They make some quality, very potent juice. Blockade, however, is a very tropical, fruity, mango-based fragrance that is sort of in the same genre as like Creed Aventus. It pretty much takes that DNA and replaces a pineapple with mango, which mango's been getting a lot of hype in fragrances as of lately. Of course, in like God of Fire, which I really want to check out this year for sure. But if you love mango, which I absolutely do, this is a must to check out for the spring and summer, especially in the warmer climates. This will absolutely shine. On that day though, to work, I wore 8 sprays of Blockade, got no compliments, but man, this stuff just projected so nicely and it lasted the entire day pretty much. So yeah, definitely worth checking out in Mind Games. They are on the pricier side, but you might find them reasonable for the kind of quality and the presentation you get with these. Okay, on Wednesday, also at work, it was in the low 40s, so it was pretty chilly out, cloudy as well. And I pulled out an amber-based fragrance that probably isn't work appropriate, but I could care less. And that is, of course, coming from Vertus, and this is Aurora Amber. Now, this is not your typical golden, warm, cozy amber nugget that you usually picture in your head when you think of the note amber. No, man, this is animalic, dirty, funky, earthy, and smoky as well. Honestly, probably one of the best amber-based fragrances I've ever smelled. It doesn't come across synthetic. It comes across very natural, like an amber that's been oozing out of a tree bark for 20 plus years. That earthiness you get from this is just to die for. And you also have some animalic qualities as well. I'm not sure what kind of animalic notes are in here, but you could definitely detect something a little bit animalistic, so to say. But yeah, on that day, I did do 8 sprays of this to work. Got no compliments because I don't see anyone actually complimenting this fragrance, if I'm being completely honest. It's not a crowd-pleasing fragrance. It's very daring, very complex as well, and just so unique. I've never smelled anything quite like this, but if you're into those earthy, kind of animalic, smoky fragrances, this is one you definitely are going to want to check out. All right, Thursday was the warmest day of the week in the mid-50s. It was a rainy day though. However, I was at work for the majority of the day also. And I did put another brand new fragrance in my collection and a new release from Montale that is more suited for the warmer climates. But of course, with me testing fragrances, I have to wear stuff pretty much all year round. So the fragrance I chose was Montale's Aqua Palma. And of course, looking at this bottle with the palm trees, that's exactly how this fragrance comes across. Very sunny, very kind of like suntan lotion-ish vibe. Perfect for like laying out on the beach or something like that by a poolside. Even though it was a little bit cold and rainy, wearing this one just kind of had me in a mood that I was just on a beach somewhere in like Florida or somewhere tropical is the vibe I got with this one. So I was happy wearing this one throughout the day. I did do 8 sprays of Aqua Palma as well. And of course, as expected from any Montale, they are usually beast mode because they do come across a little bit piercing, a little bit synthetic, which this one definitely does. It's not really smooth, not natural smell or anything like that, but man, this stuff smells good and I cannot wait to wear it more in the spring and summertime. This is gonna be heavy in the rotation. I got no compliments at work, however. I did actually really enjoy this one. It's not my favorite Montale, but it definitely does have a spot in my collection. All right, on Friday, it was in the mid-50s, a snowy day, which was perfect to pull this one out. I pretty much just ran errands, did some shopping, stuff like that on Friday. And I pull out a brand new Dua Original, which is probably I think actually the most expensive from the house of Dua, and that is Nawassamb. Now, if you're in like the groups, like Dua groups or anything you know about Dua, you probably heard about this one because it got a ton of hype. There was only 80 bottles that were manufactured and it sold out within a few hours from what I actually saw. Now with Nawassamb, you do get this very nice barnyardy natural oud in here. But what actually makes this very unique is that jasmine note. Now, if you know me, I love jasmine. It is my favorite white floral just because how earthy it is, how complex it is. In this one, alongside that barnyardy oud, it works wonders, guys. It's not your traditional rose oud combination, which is nice. You also get this kind of civet note in the base, which you know that is an animalic note as well. So all in all, very barnyardy, very earthy, and animalic, and just absolute nuclear. Just look at that juice color also. It's so potent, so strong, and it just pushed through that cold 30-degree snowy day for me with ease. Now, on that day though, I did do 6 sprays to go out shopping and run errands. Got no compliments while I was out, but like I said, this one probably is not gonna get you compliments. So if you're looking for compliments, this is not a fragrance for you. But if you love artistic fragrances, very complex, unique, and like works of art, this is one you might want to check out, especially if you love oud, because they knocked it out of the park with Nawassamb. Right, wrapping the week off on Saturday, I was out shopping, went to like Louis Vuitton boutique and stuff like that, picked up another LV fragrance, which I've been so into Louis Vuitton lately. It's probably one of my favorite designer houses. But on that day, I actually put out, I think, the most talked about fragrance in the community, and that is Tomavicci's Demigod XXI. If you saw about this fragrance, you know it's getting a lot of love, a lot of hate, and just everything in between. This is, however, a phenomenal kind of aromatic, spicy, slightly waxy iris fragrance, and I absolutely loved wearing this one. On that day though, when I was out shopping, it was in the mid-30s, another cloudy day. I did do 8 sprays of Demigod XXI, and this stuff is strong. It is also an extrait de parfum, so it is very highly concentrated in perfume oils. And I just think if you love kind of like fougere, old school kind of aromatic fragrances, this is one you will absolutely adore wearing. It is also very unique, which is hard to do nowadays because there are so many aromatic fragrances on the market for men. They did do a nice twist with it. You also get this mintiness in the opening, which is so nice, so refreshing and uplifting. All in all, a fantastic release from the new house Tomavicci, and I highly recommend you guys checking it out. It is that good. So that's gonna do it for my weekly fragrance rotation. As always, let me know down in the comment section the fragrances you guys chose to wear throughout the week. I love seeing what you guys are choosing to wear and having discussions and stuff like that. But also leave a like on the video, subscribe if you guys haven't already, and I'll see all of you back here in my next upload. Take care, everybody.